Hi everyone, it's Nate and welcome to my update for my Beauty A to Z project pan. This one is supposed to go from the 1st of January to 31st of December, Fantastic Ladies collab. Probably started this one a little bit late due to the whole MAC situation and fitting that project in. So this is just my first update. So let's start it from the top. For A, I've got the Avon Smooth Minerals eyeshadow pencil in the colour Amethyst. Used this maybe once or twice, nothing to report. Yeah, I think could do with a sharpen. So when I do that, it'll probably drop. Might have one more use in there before I do that. For B, I've got this blushette from MAC in Bound for Love. Have used this quite a bit. Usually I use this most days. I have missed a couple on this guy just recently. Did use it again today, but it doesn't look like it's actually changed in the measurements though. Yeah, I'll be really happy to get that one gone. For C, I've got this Colour Trend cream eyeshadow from Avon in the colour Cocoa Dreams. Think I've used it a couple of times, like once or twice. It's really hard to mark or show any progress, especially only using it once or twice. Yeah, so can't really measure that one. For D, I've got the Dramatically Different Moisturising Lotion from Clinique. It looks like I might have used this a couple of times and got it down to 14 grams when it started off at 16. ELF Poreless Face Primer. I don't think I've used this at all. I may have used it once. If anything, the weight looks like it might have gone up, which is the problem with using scales that aren't very accurate. For F, I've got the Fort de France highlighter from NARS. I have used this a couple of times, including today. I'm just aiming to hit pan in this guy again. I had pan and it broke, so I repressed it. So yeah, have used it a couple of times, but again, it's not one that's all that easy to show progress on quickly. G, Let the Good Times Roll from Lush. Got this one down to 100 grams from 102. It's really old and dried out. For H, I've got the Burt's Bees Hibiscus Tinted Lip Balm, which all the writings come off of. I actually went to measure this at one stage and the whole thing just like collapsed, wouldn't go back down, so I was sort of trying to push it and the whole thing collapsed. So I quickly whacked it into this other tube here. So this one is now measuring at 0.9 centimetres. It's not taking up like the whole tube because of the way I had to squish it in there. I don't know how far down into its little cup at the bottom it's sitting. Yeah, so hopefully I can get through that one reasonably shortly. That's just what's left in there. It's rolled all the way up. If you look closely, you can see the plastic. Yeah, so that was a bit unfortunate, but pardon me, it is what it is. Ice Mocha, I think I've used it once. I'm not going to say that any progress has been made. Again, could do with a sharpen in the next use or two. J, Lucky Jade from MAC. Goal is just to wear that tip down. I think I've used it once, maybe twice. It's not going to be all that hard to get it down with a few uses. It's just a matter of being in a situation where I feel like using it and I've got the time to muck around with it, because it's not really something I'd wear by itself. I'd want to It's not really a one and done sort of guy. It's more of a complimentary thing. So yeah, haven't got an awful lot of use on that one. For K, I've got this Dew Kiss Lip Balm from Avon in the colour Sheer Blush. I reckon I've used about 1 millimetre of it. It's a tricky one to measure because it's not flat. So I sort of measure each side. It's got this weird lip at the back there. So one side is now measuring 1.2 centimetres. The other is 1 centimetre, which is 1 millimetre down on both measurements from last time. So have got some use on that. Do use that one occasionally. I tend to go for hibiscus first, but I do use that one from time to time just for a bit of a change. Particularly if I've just got like a clear lip balm on underneath, then I'll go with that one. Whereas if I haven't got anything underneath, I tend to go for hibiscus. For L, I've got the Lord of Misrule Shower Cream from Lush. Currently weighing at 38 grams, which is what it was last time. I thought I might have used this once, but apparently if I did, it wasn't enough to shift it on the scales. For K, I've got the sample of the Kit Melatonin Balm. I did think I'd used this once. It's of strange consistency, but I didn't weigh it last time. It's now 8 grams, but I'm thinking that is mainly going to be the packaging. I've certainly flattened it down a bit, but then it's not occupying the whole space, so yeah, it's a bit hard to tell with that one. Be interesting to see how many uses are in it, because I only use a tiny bit because it's quite sticky, so I don't feel I need to use a lot at a time. For N, I've got the Nina by Nina Ricci perfume. This guy is currently weighing 36 grams, which, if my measurements are correct, I've used 10 grams from last time, so I'm reasonably impressed with that. This is something that I do use pretty much every day when I'm at work. Yeah, so I'll be glad to have that done. I think I'm approximating there's probably 10 ml in there, something like that. Certainly not a lot, so it'll be nice to have this one done. I don't know about the next update, the next month, but I'm thinking reasonably shortly thereafter if I continue to use this through winter, which I'm not convinced I will. I might swap it for something else, which is going to be a bit of a bummer because it would be nice to have it done, but at the same time, I like this for summer, and I think I would prefer to use it during summer. So yeah, we'll see how we go. I mean, I think it's a bit leaky, so I just sort of put the excess on my neck. Yeah, so I'll use it for a little bit longer. It's just really starting to get cold here now. Yeah, and I forgot what I was going to say about that. Yeah, as much as I'd like to get it used up, at the same time, it's more of a summery fragrance for me. So I might be feeling something else. Give myself a little break. I'm thinking only a month or two, so if I leave it until a bit later in the year, say October or so, I should still be able to get it used up by the end of the year. Alright, for O, I've got this Orgasm Afterglow Balm, I think they call it. It's just a sample. I have used it once. It's the first time I used it. It's just something I sort of forget about, particularly with the other similar sort of tinted lip balms I've got going on at the moment. I'm wondering if I should change my goal to just like hitting pan or like making a hole through the product, maybe. I don't know, we'll see how we go. For P, I've got the Pied de Pepper Foot Lotion from Lush. I accidentally knocked this over, so it's probably all stuck to the lid now. Yeah, what a mess. So not much left in there now. It's currently weighing at 36 grams, so if my measurement was right last time, I've used about 10 grams up, so I'm thinking there's probably only about a month left in that. It'll be so nice to have that done, even though I prefer it as a winter foot lotion, which is why it's probably lasted as long as it has. I just really like to see the back of it because it has started to separate and it's just a pain. I love the scent of it. It's just a horrible colour and it looks awful if it gets on sheets and stuff. Okay, Q. I've got this little sample Gelique hand cream, rose hand cream. I don't think I've used it. There's probably only 1 or 2 uses in it anyway. Sometimes I think about putting hand cream on at work, and very occasionally I remember to do it. Most of the time I forget, and that's the story of that one. I've got the Fix Plus, the rest of the Magic Radiance bottle and the other Fix Plus bottle sitting in here. There's really not much left. It's down to 30 grams. It was 38 when I weighed it before. So yeah, I'm hoping another month and that'll be gone, which will be nice, just to get that done. S, I've got the Studio Fix Soft Matte Foundation. This guy, it looks like I've used about 0.3 centimetres. Now bearing in mind I'm measuring it from the longest part, because it is ending up on a slant from when I go like that. Yeah, so no weight change. 9 grams all up, so yeah. And my scale's only weighing 2 gram increments, so we'd have to use a reasonable proportion of it to get it to budge. But the measurement's going down, so that's good. As I said, that's from the highest point, and it is on a slant, so hopefully that will move quickly. For tea, I've got this Therapy Feet Enriched Balm from the Aromatherapy Co., which has been in a couple of other projects and hasn't got touched because I haven't finished up the Pie Pepper or the Avon one that's still kicking around. Yeah, I can't see me getting through it. Might have to set a goal depending when it is I actually open it and go from there, I think. I'm thinking it's going to be reasonably thick and fairly quick to get through, but we'll see. For you, I've got the Ultra Balm from Lush, which I'm pretty much using as a lip balm. Great massive lip balm. It's really good if your lips are hurting and you just need something to soothe them, even though it's not really designed to necessarily be a lip balm. This is currently weighing 36 grams. It was 38 last time. My goal is to hit the bottom of that tin. And as I've said before, I'm sort of working down the side a bit now, but if it comes to like it's starting to get close, I can just power down the middle. For V, I've got the Prep and Prime from MAC Skin Base Visage, which is where I've taken the V, which I'm assuming is just its French name, but whatever. This one started at 40 grams, it's now down to 38, so I've used about 2 grams. It's supposed to have 30 mils. I'd have to look back to see what it originally started at when I first started using it in the MAC project pan. But it comes out quite aerated and moussey, so I don't think 30 mils is gonna come out anywhere near in the grams. I think the actual grams measurement for the 30 mils inside is going to be much lower, which makes this one a bit tricky to gauge how much is left. Every time I use it, it feels like it's coming out slower and I'm getting more air. I did try and open it back at the end of when Back to MAC finished, when I was looking at seeing whether I could Back to MAC it or not, thinking it might have like the balloon that I know there's some Sunday Riley products that have like a balloon. I thought it might be that sort of a situation, being a nailless pump, but I couldn't really tell. So yeah, I might open it again at some stage shortly, prise it open and see if I can see what it's looking like, because I just don't know. But I feel pretty confident I should be able to still get through it by the end of the year. I mean, 30 mils can't be that much primer to use, particularly the way it's coming out quite moussey. For W, we've got the Ruby Woo sample. I wore it earlier today, probably the only time I've used it. We're pretty much masks off at the moment, so it's not a colour I'm going to reach for particularly regularly. Originally my goal was to use it all up, but I think we're just going to have to stick with half of it. I don't see me getting much further than that. You can tell this is the third video I've taped today. My voice is going. For X, I've got the NYX Matte Bronzer in the colour Light. And my goal for this one is to uncover the second ring. I've got some of it uncovered, but I'm also a bit wary. I was taking the product from the middle before, now I'm trying to take it from the outside in because I'm a bit worried about it like breaking off where that ridge is. When I put it in my bag before, I managed to gouge it because this packaging's broken. Yeah, one of those where I didn't wear it last time and it would be pretty hard to tell from weight anyway. I don't use it every day, but I use it most times I put on makeup, and there's probably not going to have been too much expansion on the pan now that I'm using it from the outside in rather than the inside out anyway. For Y, we've got the Yuzu and Cocoa Shower Cream. This guy started at 214 grams, which it still is. I basically started at that line there, and my goal is to get it down to the bottom there. I think I've used this a couple of times. It's a tiny bit of movement there, pretty slow going. This one's reasonably runny, so I think there's probably not a lot of weight in each usage. But yeah, we'll get there eventually. And then for Z, I've got this Warm and Cozy shade stick from MAC. Apparently I didn't weigh it at all last time. I know I was a bit wary about rolling it up last time, but at the moment we've got 3.4, I've written it down as grams, but I'm thinking that's actually centimetres. It's a bit hard to tell how much of it I have actually used, but there's definitely usage on it. This is what I tend to be using most days because it is so old and dry. Yeah, I think it's down around about here, so not heaps of usage. Maybe about there. Considering it started out about here. So probably about a third of the way through, so probably going to take me the rest of the year to use that one. And I do have to keep hydrating it, so it'll be nice when that one's gone. Alright, so that was really quick. Me rambling through because at this point in time I've still got 26 items. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and hopefully we might actually have something to report, though it's not looking like that's going to happen for a little while yet. That one's probably got a month. This one's going to depend on how many times I use it. This one might be gone by the end of next month. The perfumes, probably a month or two. But yeah, nothing that I could say is definitely going to be done. But yeah, they're probably the most likelies at this point in time. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.